My wife is the only person I know that doesn't drink caffeine.
No caffeine?
No caffeine.
All right, listen to this.
Never has.
She need zero?
Zero.
See, I couldn't do it.
And she was a nurse. She was a night nurse. She stays at home with her kids now, but like.
And no caffeine?
No caffeine.
Tea? Herbal tea?
Nothing. No caffeine.
Does she do it like decaffeinated?
She drinks water.
Water?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, it's good for her.
It's ridiculous.
Teach me.
Like, yeah,
Tell her to teach me.
I'm like, I've gone too far down the caffeine road. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Hustle on Purpose. My name's GT Ikard, and we have a very special guest with us today, James Alley. James, how are you?
What's up, GT? I'm great. How are you?
I'm good, man.
Thanks for having me.
Man, thanks for coming, and I gotta say thank you for the coffee.
Absolutely.
Really appreciate that. I'm really looking forward to it. Some breakfast blend, Colombian, and Guat.
In Guatemala. Guat. Nickname short Guat.
You said Guat, and I was like, I'm not
Guatemala,
sure.
straight from there.
It made a lot more sense once you explained it's Guatemala, and I was like, oh. It made me think of what is it with Ace Ventura when guano is what like my mind immediately went to, and I was like, I was scared.
I wouldn't do you like that.
But anyways, man, yeah, thank you so much for coming out today. So just if you don't mind, introduce yourself a little bit. Tell us about you and your business and what you do. Sure.
So yeah, as you know, I'm James Alley. I'm one of the co-owners of Guillermo's Gourmet Coffee over at 430 Rodney Parham in West Little Rock. So over there, I'm in charge of wholesale and marketing and community outreach. So that's kind of what we're doing now, I guess. But anyway, my family's had the shop since 2016. It's been around since 2008. I've been back helping run it for the past 2 years. Before that, I was out in Denver for about 10 years, but grew up here in Little Rock with you, obviously.
Yeah.
At good old Pulaski Academy.
Yeah, PA represent.
Go Bruins.
Yeah, class of 08,
class
which
of
now
08.
It just sounds old.
Now we're getting old.
Yeah, I know.
We're about to turn 34.
I know.
But anyway,
I just turned 34.
You did? Happy birthday.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
But anyway, that's a little bit about what I do. I'm over there. We're a full service restaurant though too. We're open 7 days a week. Monday through Friday, we're 7 to 5. Saturday, 8 to 5. Sunday, 9 to 5. We've got food all day long. We're known for our coffee, of course, but we've got awesome food, awesome tea, a great staff, great location, and just a fun environment too. You were there the other day with me.
Yeah. I came to see you the other day. Yeah, I love it. I was telling you, I have a meeting there at least like once a week, and it's because of all the things you mentioned. Like, great location, great coffee, and really a great atmosphere for just about anything, but really for those kind of coffee meetings that, we
Absolutely.
all have.
We all have.
Yeah.
We either get stuff done or we don't, right?
Yeah.
Try to get stuff done though.
It's one of the things that I love about the podcast. I think I mentioned to you is like, it's like we get to have like a coffee meeting, but there's something that makes it a little bit more, it at least feels productive, every time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like this is productive.
Yeah.
This is fun though too.
Yeah. It's both.
Yeah.
It's great. Well, that's awesome, man. So, okay. So I don't guess I realized y'all had been there for that long. That's impressive.
And before it was Guillermo's even, it used to be another coffee shop, which keep in mind, we were in school right there, but I had no idea that it existed until I was working at Guillermo's,
was it before?
Right? The Roasted Bean.
Oh, okay.
Did you know that?
I had seen it. I think I'd probably seen the signage, but we were children. So
exactly. But it's crazy. Like a lot of people who are from Little Rock don't even know that we're there. So you got to let people know that we're there. We've been there since 2008 and we're trying to get out there and help the community out too at the same time. So
I love that. That's one of the reasons we connected about being on the podcast, because I see you on social media and all of that. And like, I love seeing like some of the partnership stuff that you're doing. I think you recently partnered with PA, our alma mater, and you were doing like a Bruin brew.
We've got a Bruins brew up there. They've got a coffee shop in there now. But basically, like how we used to do a study hall in the morning, like in one of the classrooms, right? They've converted a part of the science and arts building to an actual like coffee shop / study area for everyone up there. So it's really cool. They're drinking good coffee, we know, and they're doing their work. which I love. So, some of that work can be hard up there, as we know. But that's one partnership. Another big one, like, for instance, we've got different restaurants, different offices, different coffee shops around town that are all part of Guillermo's Gourmet Coffee. So we go in basically and provide the bean for them to have coffee, right? But then also, we're not just providing coffee beans. We also like to consider ourselves coffee partners. So they're part of I like to just call it the coffee community. So when you join on with Guillermo's, we're here to help you no matter what. So for instance, like one of our big partners, we've got, to name a few, like we've got Community Bakery. That's one bakery.
I love that place.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's like everything there.
It would be a problem if I was like delivering their like beans to them. I would just like
get everything.
My wife for my birthday got me, because they're my favorite cookies. They're just those like, they're sugar cookies. But
they're good.
They're so good. They're my favorite.
Good. Now they've got a little printer there too, where they can go in, you get your logo, your Hustle logo, right?
Yeah.
You can send them that image and he'll make you 20 cookies with it on there.
That's awesome.
It's really cool. So Community Bakery is awesome.
I would go deliver them to like sponsors or something just as like a gift, but they would be getting like 18 cookies.
Because you'd have two?
Yeah, just
maybe
on the drive.
17?
Right, just on the drive. Yeah.
I love it.
But
yeah, like that's one of our big partners. So they have our coffee. We've made a few different proprietary blends for them, which are awesome. Like if you get down there, you got to try the Mardi Gras blend. That's a new one out there. We've got a Pinnacle Mountain blend. Both of those are exclusive to Community Bakery. But not only do they get our coffee, then we sell their pastries too up at our shop.
Perfect.
So we've got sweets, savory ones, all kinds of different stuff. And it's just a good partnership. But we've got
two local businesses
supporting
each other, like getting, I love
Isn't that great? But like, we love everyone, right? So we've got Community Bakery. We also have the Croissantery, another huge bakery.
Yeah.
They're awesome. I love the ladies out there.
They've got I've never been there. I've never tried it.
You got to go for lunch.
Okay.
Their hamburger, any of them, they're fire.
Okay. I will go.
You won't go wrong.
Okay.
And you can get a good cup of coffee.
I'll tell them you sent me too.
Please do. But anyway, they're another one.
And I'll get some coffee.
And get some coffee. They've got the cold brew there too, actually. So actually over at the Croissantery, they do brunch too. So you can get, if this is your cup of tea, you can get our cold brew coffee with a Rocktown distillery. It's either vodka or coffee liqueur in there, and do that with brunch.
Okay.
We don't do that up at my shop, but they do it out there.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that you can do.
You don't do it at your shop. I assume you have to have like a special
license and everything, right? Yeah. So, but they do it and it's good. So
yeah. For brunch, I feel like you kind of have to.
It's allowed.
I mean, you at least have to have like
allowed on occasion.
Mimosas and whatever.
Exactly.
Man, so I haven't, not to make it about this, but I've been sober for almost 8 years.
That's awesome.
But so a mutual friend of ours, Paxton Elliott, used to work at Rocktown.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
I did not know that.
Yeah, for a little bit. And it may be different since then, but their vodka, man, I've struggled with it a little bit.
Oh no,
it's a little tough. But I have heard good things about it since. I think it was new back then, and they've refined it a little bit over time.
I think they have, because now that's another partnership we have. This kind of happened randomly, right?
Yeah.
But through the junior league. So this year for Holiday House, Guillermo's is going to be down there. We're doing a little vendor stand. They've got this is really cool. They're supporting local artisans and businesses by providing a discounted rate for their booth. So basically it's like 75% off to get a Holiday House booth compared to the past. They want to support local. So down there, it's going to be at the Little Rock Marriott, November 4th, I believe.
Okay.
You can go check it out. Just, Facebook Holiday House. But anyway, we're working with them. We're going to be the official coffee provider. This is as of 2 days ago, I just found out, of Holiday House. So they're going to be brewing it down at the Marriott, down the convention center. Yeah. We're doing that. We're doing a ladies' night with espresso martinis. So coffee from Guillermo's, Rocktown Distillery, either vodka or coffee liqueur, but another little local collaboration that happened just from supporting small business.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. And the Rocktown Distillery, since they moved to, they're right across from Community Bakery.
They're right there. But that whole area, Soma, that's one of my favorite streets.
I love it.
Down here. Yeah. You've got that. You got Community Bakery, Rocktown. Now, another place that I love down there, another partner of ours, the Bernice Garden. I'm there every Sunday for the farmers market from 10 to 2.
Okay.
It is so much fun. There are all kinds of local businesses hustling in a good way.
Yeah.
Love that place down there. They do other stuff like free yoga every Wednesday. It's called Namaste Wednesday, 5:30 to 6:30, just as another community event, which is so much fun too. So there's a lot of good stuff, it seems like, happening in Little Rock.
This episode of Hustle on Purpose is brought to you by Arkansas Real Estate Buyers. If you have a problematic piece of real estate, we would love to help you. Go to the description, click on the link, schedule a free consultation with me personally, and we'll get you set up. Now let's get back to the show. And yeah, just love those stories about local businesses helping support other local businesses.
It's cool.
I saw a quote the other day, and it was like, competition happens at the bottom. It's like collaboration happens at the top.
Absolutely.
And I was like, you know what? Like, it kind of made me realize, like, it's easy to just talk about the headlines and like these big corporations and how they, dominate these national and international markets and all of that stuff. But like you spend money with Amazon, like none of that money really stays here in Little Rock.
Exactly.
We used to be a society of like, my dollar would get spent at Guillermo's and you'd go spend it at Community Bakery, and the Community Bakery people buy their stuff from the farmer's market, and like that dollar kind of transacts a bunch of times here locally, but that dollar would stay in the community and, transact a bunch of times.
Yes.
And I think the community prospers from that, and it's better for everybody. I still buy stuff off of Amazon, but
you got to do both,
right? Yeah. Stuff that you can get locally, I think it's good to try to.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's great.
And one of the reasons I like real estate is like all of my rent houses are in Pulaski County, and it's like I'm actively trying to provide a quality place for a family to live in at a reasonable price.
Yes. Which is a good thing to do.
And then like I do my banking locally. So like someone who works here locally in Little Rock pays their rent to me, a local landlord. I pay local contractors to handle maintenance and do repairs. All of that money gets deposited in a local bank and goes to pay off a loan at a local bank.
Yes. We do the same thing. Seriously. So, okay. Another partnership.
Yeah.
First Community Bank.
First Community Bank. Yeah.
Do you know them?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So Randy Jones has been on the podcast.
Yeah.
He's the VP of commercial lending.
Yeah, I know him.
He handles like all of my stuff.
They're great.
They're great.
So First Community Bank, an Arkansas bank out of Batesville, right?
Yep.
But they have a new location out in Chenal, right? Chenal and Rawling.
Yep. Beautiful building.
It's gorgeous, right? They've got that like 2-floor vertical garden in there.
Yeah, the
awesome
green wall and the stairwell. Yeah.
And great coffee. They serve Guillermo's Gourmet coffee there.
Okay,
yeah,
awesome.
So actually in my car, I've got 2 bags I'm taking out to them.
You got to take out to them.
This.
Yeah.
But I love them.
Well, and they have in this brand new, like multi-million-dollar facility they have there in West Little Rock, they have that community room.
Yes.
Which I think is so cool.
It's
like,
great.
They have a community room it's a high-tech, brand new, fancy, like, I wouldn't call it a conference room because it's too big to be called
big.
A conference room.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have 100 people in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they make it available to the community for them to have events and whatever.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's kind of like what we're doing, something similar to what they're doing. Like one of our slogans is it's the 3 C's, right? Coffee, culture, and community, right? We're all about that. I love, fueling people up with Guillermo's Gourmet Coffee. I like to say I like to fuel doctors, businessmen, businesswomen, artists, anyone who's out there trying to make a difference. Yeah. Come get fueled by Guillermo's Gourmet Coffee. So we do events with like UAMS to give them coffee for their different conferences. That's one. But I just love doing that kind of stuff,
Yeah, I mean, you can tell you have a passion for it because a lot of that is I think in the business world, and maybe some of it's a part of just modern society, but it's so easy to just get caught up in the like working in your business, right? And like, somebody's got to man the front counter, and like, are they going to make the coffee the way I want it to be done? And like, are they going to interact with that customer the way I want them to? And like, you as a owner operator can get so bogged down in that like day to day, like keeping the lights on for tomorrow. And it's easy to lose track of that, the bigger picture stuff.
Absolutely.
That really is going to be the stuff that you look back on, and it's like your legacy and your impact that you've made, and the stuff that's, I mean, it's important to like keep the lights on, right, and keep your employees paid.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm really lucky because our team is awesome.
Yeah.
They've all been there, most of them, for a very long time too. But I mean, I couldn't go out and do community events and not worry about what was going on up there without the fantastic staff that we have.
Right.
They're great to customers. They know what they're doing. I mean, it's crazy. They're roasting the coffee, which is awesome, getting it ready, and then we all work as a team to make the mission happen, basically, you know?
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool when you think about it.
And that's the way it is. That's the ideal way it's like supposed to work. It just, there's so many ways to stray off the narrow path, right? So
very easily.
Yeah. But that's awesome, man. It sounds so good.
Yeah.
So when you're making these like custom blends for people, like walk me through some of this like coffee process? Cause it sounds like y'all kind of go from like farm to like cup.
That's exactly it. So we try to give the true farm to cup experience.
Is that a term?
That's what we call it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, okay. But it is a term.
Okay. I felt like I made
farm
it
to cup. Because so the bag that I gave you, that one, that is from a farm in Brazil where the green beans came from. Okay, so back to the local versus like global scale, right? Here you go. That's from Brazil. We can't get a Brazilian bean in Little Rock, Arkansas without buying it internationally, right? So
I'll call this phone number.
Give them a call. Tell them James from Guillermo sent you. See what they say. We use a group called Cafe Imports out of Minnesota. So one of our things is we've got the largest selection of beans in Little Rock from around the world.
Wow.
So we've got 9 origin beans right now. From that, we make different blends, right? So we get the green bean. It comes into the shop. Get those sorted out. From the green bean, we put it on the roaster. So everything's roasted up there 3 times a week, right? So everything's very fresh, right? Each bean has a different roasting process too. So you got to come in and see it sometime. Yeah. And I'll walk you through the whole thing.
I think I've been in there like while it's happening. It smells great.
It smells great. You can smell it from across the street.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
nobody
we go
complains though. Because it's
good smell.
Great.
Yeah. But we go in, so we're going to cook them, roast them there, right? They come out and we do everything. We've got light roast, medium roast, dark roast, right? So for like a light, one that I really like is a Calizada blend. For medium, we've got our G3, which is our like house blend, right? And then dark, we've got one called the Italian Stallion. It's the darkest one that we have, smoky bold, right?
Nice.
So like, let's say, for instance, a customer comes in, whether it be you or a customer wholesale level, right? So for instance, another one of our partners, we've got River City Coffee and Hillcrest, but then we don't do just Little Rock either. We've got 2 partners up in Jonesboro and Walnut Ridge. So one's called Snow Brew. We've got them, and we've got Urban Organics up there too. All great people. We know they got good coffee, and they're trying to do the same thing. So I'm all about it, right? But let's say, for instance, Snow Brew walks in and says, hey, we want to become a customer of yours, but we want to blend. So what we do is we walk you through a cupping process, basically. All right, here's a light, medium, dark. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So I like this. I don't like this. Okay, cool. Let's switch it up for this, right? So we made them a proprietary blend. They sell that up there.
You make a bunch of different kinds, and like it's like is there a sommelier for coffee?
That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
Coffee connoisseur, if you will, right?
Yeah.
So you go in, you get real jacked up on caffeine too, because you're trying a lot of coffee, which is fun, but I can only do it every once in a while. But
we made a blend yesterday, so I can't. You got to come.
We're gonna have to wait a week. Period. But anyway, so we'll go in, see what they like, see what their customer wants as well, that kind of thing. Let them try it out, see if it sells well, and then go from there. So they've got a Snow Brew blend, right? And another one, we've got a partner down in Sheridan, Arkansas, called Milltown Coffee Co.
Okay.
Awesome people. Owner-operator Lacey Murray down there. She's one of my favorite people in the world because she's a hustler too. Yeah. She's making all these sandwiches, bread from scratch, all kinds of different stuff
man, that sounds
in
good.
Sheridan, right? I had no idea that there was like a really cool thing down there, but Sheridan's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know?
I could see it. I mean, yeah, there's cool people everywhere.
There really are.
You know?
Yeah. Arkansas is a hidden gem. I don't care what anyone says.
I'm worried that, you know, the cat has gotten out of the bag a little bit.
I know.
And it's good.
It's good.
For the most part.
But I need to buy a house first.
I can help you with that.
You help me with that?
I can help you with that.
Maybe that's how we can help each other.
Now's actually a really good time.
Oh, good. We need to talk after this about that.
Yeah, because I'll save everyone the real estate spiel, but I think everybody's just really scared. Interest rates is like the hottest thing, but because of that, there's more supply. I mean, supplies. Anyways, we can talk about it later.
You'll have to give me your card.
Yeah, I don't have them, but you have my number.
I do. But I've got to show you something cool while we're here too.
Yeah.
This thing I just got, it's called Dot Networking. Have you heard of this?
Yeah. Is it like you touch it to the phone?
You just tap it to the phone and it provides everything.
That's awesome.
Boom, done.
Yeah.
So you can have one card instead of
smart.
doing all that. Anyway, I'm a big fan.
Whenever you go to like one of these like holiday house, you need to put it on one of those elastic.
On a little elastic keychain thing?
Just so you can be like, here you go.
I'll think of you every time I pull it.
Zips back to your waist.
I love it.
And you got to put your phone in like a holster or like one of those like, you just got to be
get 90s
like
official.
Tactical,
That's
ready
right.
to go. Like you're not messing around here.
Not messing around.
I'm caffeinated. I'm ready to network.
That's right.
Sling some coffee.
That's right. But so anyway, let's say in Milltown.
Yeah.
Another cool coffee partnership. We made a blend for them. That's their blend, right? If they like it, then they can keep it. They love it, by the way. But they've got a totally different blend than Snow Brew. So you've got two different regions, two different types of coffee shops, right? Two different blends, both made by Guillermo's, different beans, different roast, but it's for that customer. And
they get to sell it as their own.
And they sell it
without doing all this groundwork that you've had to do with building these connections to get the beans and buy the roaster and roast them. And
exactly. It's supposed to make it easy for everyone, right? We've got it down.
Yeah.
And we want to help others make it, or just make the process easy for them.
And they can stand out with their own signature thing, which is
and it's
great.
Working for them too. They've grown big time down there.
That's awesome.
This is exciting. Hopefully she doesn't get mad at me for saying this, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Okay. Love that. I love when you have to preface it.
Well, I think I can say it, but anyway, she's about to open another location in Hot Springs.
Okay.
It's going to be called Central Coffee Co. right across from Oaklawn.
Love that.
I think that's going to be happening this fall. I'm so stoked for them.
That is
Then we
exciting.
can go to the races, walk across the street,
Guillermo's.
get some Guillermo's from Milton or from Central Coffee, get some sandwiches. It should be good.
Yeah, you need to get some Guillermo's coffee in Oaklawn. Their coffee's not great.
We could fix that.
Yeah.
I need to get you coffee out here. Do you have a Keurig? Do you?
Yeah.
You do?
Right there.
Okay.
This morning I was like, how much hell is James going to give me about my Keurig on the counter?
None. You know why?
Okay.
We have K-Pods.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're compostable. So they're good for the environment, right? The packaging is everything in there.
Because that's the biggest complaint about the K-Pods, right? It's like just littering the earth with K-Pods. Yeah.
You know, but these are fully compostable. It's from a company called Green Pod Packaging.
Oh, great.
They're out of Virginia, right? So I met this couple in Chicago when I was at Coffee Fest last year, and they went to Italy to look at this machine. It's the only one in the nation. They brought it back. They had to get certified on it, right? So I send them 25 pounds of coffee, right? Mm-hmm. They get it, put it on the machine, grind it up, and it goes into the K-Pods, right? Then they send me 800 K-Pods, right? So we sell those online. They're easy to ship.
I had no idea.
Here. I know.
That's awesome.
No one knows.
Now I know.
Now you know.
Now
it's a great Christmas gift for people, or holiday gift
for myself.
Too. For yourself.
Yeah.
Or for me to give you for having me on here.
Well, you already brought me some of this.
Oh, I did bring you that.
You've already given me gifts.
Yeah. I'm a big gifter. I can't.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. That is exciting though, because like the Keurig's not my favorite, but it's just a convenience thing.
You push the button, boom, done.
And boom, you got caffeine.
Sometimes you have to.
Yeah, it's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had a question on the roasting. So this may be really stupid, but I just don't know, and I want to learn. So when you're roasting coffee beans, you've got a light, medium, dark. Mm-hmm. Is it like toast in a toaster? It's just how long you leave it in there?
Exactly.
Okay.
And on that note too, think about this. Which one do you think has more caffeine? A light roast or a dark roast?
Dark. Really?
Guess again.
Light.
You want to know why?
You cook some of it out?
You cook some of it out.
Okay.
So dark coffee is going to have less caffeine. Light coffee is going to have more caffeine. So like a Costa Rica.
It makes sense.
That one's going to be more caffeinated.
Okay.
A Sumatra, that's going to be less caffeinated.
Okay.
The one you got, that breakfast blend.
Yeah.
That's half Guat, like we said, Guatemala and Colombia, right?
Guat, yeah.
Colombia is a dark. Guatemala is light medium, right? So that becomes a medium blend. But since that one's ground for cold brew, and you're going to do it like that, cold brew coffee is actually more caffeinated than your standard hot coffee because the caffeine's extracted overnight.
Okay.
So this is like, I don't want to say double, but significantly more caffeine than a hot cup of coffee.
Okay. Man, I'm just learning stuff left and right. Because now, I'll be honest, I feel like part of the reason I've been ordering dark roast forever is because I'm just like, just need the caffeine. Like, just get it in me. And now I'm like, I got to order light roast. But so you've got 9 different beans that you get. Mm-hmm. So can you roast each of those 3 general different ways?
The way that we do it, like let's say our Colombian, we're always going to do one way, dark.
Okay.
Right? Our Brazil, we do that as a medium. Yirgacheffe, we do as a light. That's our style on it. And typically what we do, well, all of our beans except one blend are roasted individually. The Italian Stallion, that dark one, we mix the beans together first, then roast them. So that's just a style that we have that we've done forever, and people like it, so we keep it that way, you know?
Yeah.
But
because you could go down the rabbit hole of like exponentially more like...
Oh, there are a million things that you could do.
And then it's like, oh, well, now we're just doing too much.
We're doing too much. So we try to keep it very streamlined, right?
Right. Because some beans just taste... You get the most out of the bean with a certain roasting style. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Makes total sense.
I'm going to show you the whole thing next time you're there.
Sounds great. We'll come film it.
You should.
We'll do like how it's made. I'll be...
That'd be cool.
Was it Jim Rowe? Something Rowe. Mike Rowe. Yeah. It's like Dirty Jobs.
Oh, yeah.
That's not how it's made. I'm getting them all confused. It's also probably not that dirty of a job.
No, we keep it pretty clean.
Yeah.
Try to.
Well, because y'all do it like, it's like the roaster's like out there in the entryway.
It's right there.
Yeah.
So we'll do about anywhere from 8 to 15 buckets at a time.
5-gallon buckets?
They're like the big, like Home Depot buckets.
Yeah.
Like you go there, they're one of those.
Yeah.
So we'll do 8 to 15. And I mean, it takes a few hours to go through that. You got to fire it up.
That's a lot of coffee beans.
Mm-hmm. I mean, constantly, we've got a few revolving doors is what it feels like. The roaster, it's spinning. It's revolving constantly. That front door is opening, in, out, delivery, shipment in, shipment out, that kind of thing. The bean, like boxes in the back, constantly running through those. The wholesale counter where I work, 5-pound bags, in, out. Yeah. But, it's an operation in a good way. And really fun, too.
It's amazing. Yeah.
But you got to put the hard work into,
Right.
Just like you're doing.
Well, and like you don't keep, I've said it before on here, it's like, it's some of it like the proof is in the pudding type thing. It's like, you don't keep a coffee store open for 16 years without a ton of hard work and sacrifice and dedication.
Absolutely.
Like it just doesn't happen, right? Mm-mm. None of that's accidental. I think I kind of fell into this trap at a younger age of just being like, they've got it like all figured out. It's like we're all works in progress. We're all still trying to improve and keep things,
every
pushing,
day.
Right? But also that like some people just like, so-and-so just like stumbled into like whatever success. And it's like, I just haven't really seen it happen in adulthood. Like none of it really just like happens by accident.
Mm-mm. You got to keep hustling, keep moving, keep working with good intent and purpose.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Now I'm saying, like, if you roast it, they will come, hopefully. Please.
I love that. Yeah. If you roast it, yeah.
But I mean, it takes an effort, not like just for me, right? It's from everyone. So we've got the buy-in from, not intentionally, but buy-in from our customers, from whether it's a customer walking through the door or wholesale customer. Our team, the whole team is passionate. My family is passionate about it too. My friends are, like you know, you're having me on here. This is cool.
Yeah.
But like, you know, there's so many different things to do. And it's so cool to see when the community comes together and wants to make it happen. Yeah. You know, but I mean, it goes full community to family as well. Like my mom was helping me stamp bags the other night. She was like, I'll help you. Don't worry.
That's so sweet.
Let me do something. I'm like, well, thank you. Let's hang out. You know, and it was fun.
Did you stamp this bag?
No, I put
just
that one
lie
on.
to me.
Well, this one's like a big old hand stamp. Just lie to you.
Yeah.
She stamped that one.
Okay. That's sweet. Thank
she
you,
does
Miss
say
Allie.
hi, by the way.
Yeah. Thank you,
She's
Miss
like,
Allie.
you make sure to tell GT I said
That's
hello.
so sweet.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, I can't imagine through. There's been all kinds of like crazy things happen. I'm sure, like on a very, very localized, like just Guillermo's coffee scale, but like something like COVID happens, and like when you're a local service-based company that relies heavily on like people coming in and getting coffee. Like how did that kind of go? Yeah.
So with COVID, you know, pre-COVID, we were a little bit different, like same values and everything like that. Right.
Right.
Still coffee culture community, that kind of thing. But when COVID hit, we did have to change things. So like, for instance, we used to be open until 9:00. We'd serve beer and wine. We'd have concerts, poetry night, jazz night, trivia night, all kinds of different stuff. Right.
Yeah.
But when that happened, we had to kind of say, all right, we're going into survival mode. Right. So hours have been cut back to 5, no more events. We do run out for like, we'll do private events. So like someone can call me and say, hey, is your space available? Would you be willing to do this? We'll do that. So like, for instance, I do like a Kiwanis Club up there, which is awesome. Have you heard of them?
Yeah.
They're like a service organization, right?
Yeah.
So we founded a chapter there. We meet the first and third Tuesday of every month.
Cool.
And we're all about giving back in the community.
Yeah.
So, you know, COVID hit, we had to close or reduce hours, right? But that did provide a new opportunity to do something else. Yeah. So I'm happy about that. But anyway, so
it sounds like y'all got really just like, you buckle down, and then from there,
narrow the focus. You narrow the focus. Yeah. And then the main thing after COVID, I felt like was like, all right, now's the time where we're coming back together. We've been isolated. Mm-hmm. How do we do this? What were we doing before? And you either emerge with strength and keep moving forward and see what to do in the new reality or whatever it's called now, or you don't. So we've been saying, all right, let's go full force ahead and bring this community back together. Yeah. You know? Right. So it's all good now, I think. I hope.
It's kind of weird how quickly it just kind of feels like COVID was a thing and then it was just like not a thing.
And then not a thing.
Which I'm like thankful for. It's like things seem better in a lot of ways. Like things are back to normal, I guess is like the best word to use, which normal just is still wild and crazy. But
it always has been.
Yeah,
right?
It's just part of it. Yeah. I mean, and the good thing is like y'all offer a great product, and it's a product that like everybody wants, right? Like everybody.
Absolutely.
My wife is the only person I know that doesn't drink caffeine.
No caffeine?
No caffeine.
All right, listen to this.
Never has.
She zero?
Zero.
See, I couldn't do it.
And she was a nurse. She was a night nurse. She stays at home with her kids now, but like.
And no caffeine?
No caffeine.
Tea? Herbal tea?
Nothing. No caffeine.
Does she do it like decaffeinated? She drinks
water.
Water?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, it's good for her.
It's ridiculous.
Teach me.
Like,
Tell her to teach me.
I'm like, I've gone too far down the caffeine road. Like I have no desire to try and give it up.
I hear you. See, I do 1 to 2 cups of coffee a day, and that's really about it. Then I switch over to like different teas. So like we've got a full brand from Rishi Tea. Have you heard of them?
No.
It's an organic loose leaf. All right, so here's an example. They're more of a global scale company.
Okay.
We're importing teas through them from like, I think we've got teas from 7 different countries up there.
Cool.
All delicious, right? I love tea.
Yeah.
Hot or iced. I was debating today bringing you a tea or coffee. I'm like, well, I guess we're mainly talking about coffee, so I'm gonna bring a coffee.
Yeah, no.
You know?
And I love
But they're global, right?
Okay.
So that's on the tea scale. Syrup scale. So in here, there's a syrup from Pink House Alchemy. You know where they're at?
No.
Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Wow. Okay.
They're in this, it looks like kind of a...
It's a cool name too.
It is. It's like, it looks like a hut almost.
Okay.
But they're a huge operation. So all simple syrups,
syrup?
right?
Okay. Yeah.
They're good in like, not only coffee, but coffee, tea, cocktails, mocktails, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Another Arkansas-based company, all natural sugars.
Yeah.
Made in the middle of Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Where do they get all their stuff from, I wonder? Probably like just all over the
I think
place.
most of it's in the state.
Yeah. Wow.
But like this is a pH delight, so vanilla, cinnamon, and honey, right?
It's very good.
It's nice, right?
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
It's very
but
good.
they've got like lavender.
It's not too sweet.
It's not too sweet.
Yeah.
I can't do too sweet.
I just don't want it too sweet.
No.
Yeah.
You can make it sweet.
I was a little worried when you handed it to me. I was like, this might be too sweet. And it's like, no, it's amazing.
Yeah. So
I should have
I'm glad
known.
you like
You
it.
know what's up.
I tried
You know
to.
the thing. Yeah.
Right back at you.
It's great. That's so cool. Yeah. So how'd you find them?
That was a partnership developed before I was really working there, but
Okay.
just another Arkansas company
Yeah.
that we reached out to and wanted to have a partnership with, and it's pretty cool. So
Super cool.
another in-state thing.
Now you're going to have a Guillermo's in Northwest.
I wish, right? My main goal is to not have another retail location. I like to have Guillermo's as like, that be the Guillermo's hub,
Yeah.
right? The launch pad, right?
Right.
But I like to say that we've got about 30 locations across the state with different wholesale partners. So
Right.
to me, that's pretty cool. That's them partnering with us,
Yeah.
that they've got a good bean, and that's our bean out there. And I love seeing that.
It is an interesting model because it's almost like franchising,
Mm-hmm.
but in a way where it's like you're really empowering that business owner to do their own thing.
Their style, their
Right.
way.
Like, a partnership is the way to put it, but it's like, it's not, some of the franchise model can be predatory-ish
Mhm.
or just like, kind of weird.
Right.
Like, I like this idea of like, we're just going to help your business by helping our business.
Mhm.
And like,
Exactly.
we hope you legitimately want these partners to have
to go and crush it.
unlimited success because
Yeah.
they go buy more coffee and like everybody wins.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what makes it fun too, to see
It is
them
really
do that.
cool. Yeah.
So
I like structuring partnerships where that's like the main thing, right? Is like you have to make sure that everybody's interests are aligned.
absolutely.
And it can be kind of difficult, but when you hit it right, it's a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm. Truly. And with that too, like we don't just, provide or create a partnership out of the blue. Like it's not like everyone would get one. You got to be a good person. You got to be driven. You got to be working, and we want to work with you. Right.
Yeah.
But with that, go crush it. Show us that.
Yeah.
And we'll give you the coffee and we'll help you out. We want to make your dreams happen too,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's great.
yeah.
Yeah, because you can't work with everybody.
You can't, unfortunately.
It's another trap that I've kind of fallen into, and I've mentioned it before. It's like I'm having to get into a season of learning how to say no to some things. Because I felt like for the longest time I was literally just scratching and clawing for any opportunity, just saying yes to everything, just trying to get some traction, trying to, figure out what it was I wanted to do, how I wanted to do it, and like, this kind of early adolescent age of like figuring myself out. And
Absolutely.
and then you find yourself in a place where like, man, I've been saying yes to so many things, and like I'm in this place that like I always dreamed that I wanted to be. Like all these opportunities start happening and it's amazing. But then you just get to a point where you're like, oh man, what have I done?
I would love to say yes. I really would.
Yeah.
I can't.
Right.
I
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah.
You have no idea how bad I want to.
And it's such a hard thing because it sounds common. I think everyone just kind of has to hit that place of like, I have seriously overcommitted myself, and I've let my cup go empty.
Can't do that. Time for another cup of coffee.
Right. Yeah, time for more coffee.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy. I was thinking the other day, I'm like, we're 33, 34 right there, right?
Yeah.
It is wild. I was like, what am I doing with my life? Why does life feel so good right now, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm living the dream right now. I'm working my butt off.
Yeah.
But I'm loving it. So it doesn't feel like work.
Right.
It feels fun.
Yeah.
You got to stay focused, but it's pretty cool. Get to hang out with you.
Yeah.
On the clock.
Cool, we're doing this on a Wednesday.
On a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Who does that?
Right.
We're doing it.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I have to remind myself, I am not, I'm not naturally just, what would you say? Like a happy-go-lucky person. I'm not oozing gratitude all the time. And the older I get, and like I have 3 small children, they have helped me a lot with this because kids just like not a care in the world most of the time. And the cares that they do have are normally ridiculous in our eyes, right? Like they're fighting over who got, the pink cup. My 2-year-old son wants the pink cup today and his sister got it, and it's a big problem. Right? But that attitude of gratitude is amazing when I can stop and remind myself that like, man, I'm literally like living a dream. I get to do what I want to do. I don't have to talk to anybody that I don't want to talk to. There was a time in my life where if you had just told me that, I would have been like, you made it. Like
you did.
You
have arrived.
I don't have to talk to anybody I don't want to talk to. You know how like liberating that is for me? Like I only have to talk to people that I want to talk to. And it's great.
It's great.
It's amazing. It's wonderful. It's like one of the highlights of my life right now. But awesome. Yeah, I need to do a better job of just being grateful for it all the time. Cause like I mentioned earlier, I let that like day-to-day business stuff just like bog me down. The nature of my business and really it's anybody's business, but there's the nature of being the owner, the operator, whatever. It's like, man, just a lot of the stuff that ends up getting like to me is just like this stuff has hit the fan, right?
Sure.
It's like,
and sometimes it's like, wow, I've got so much I need to do. How am I ever going to do it? Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, I got to get to it somehow.
More
I read
coffee.
this book though. I bet you've read it. Maybe Atomic Habits.
Yeah.
I love that book. Right.
Yeah.
But it talks about micro habits at first. Right. And if you change 0.0001% or whatever, it starts adding up. And I remember like 3 years ago thinking that I'm like, what if I do that now? What's it going to look like in 3 years? And I'm like, dang, it did work.
Amazed. It's crazy. Yeah.
So anyway.
Well, that it's Earl Nightingale quote of "We're all self-made, only the successful brag about it." Is like it's something like that, and it's like, man, that is so true. And another good one, if you liked Atomic Habits, have you ever heard of Jocko Willink?
Yes.
The former Navy SEAL, like squad battalion leader or whatever. He's got 3 books, but his first one was Extreme Ownership.
Okay.
I recommend it.
I've heard of that one. I haven't read it though.
Dude, it's amazing.
Extreme Ownership?
Extreme Ownership.
Okay.
Basically, I mean, I can give you the premise of the book. If you ever listen to Audible, it's a great Audible because his voice is just like great to like listen to. And him and his podcast co-host, I'm kind of forget his name. Babin, Lee Babin. Anyways, they kind of like alternate chapters, but it's like every chapter starts with like, it's like the title of the chapter is like a lesson, and they start with like a practical application of it in like a wartime scenario where they're leading Navy SEALs in like Fallujah,
Sure.
and like, so it like grabs your attention with like this crazy like war story, but then puts it in like a practical application to like, my difficult life, I'm not in a war zone. But the main premise of the book is like accepting responsibility.
Right.
Like everything's your fault. Like the buck stops with you. If you don't like where you're at, it's your fault. Like if, if you get hit by a car, like you should have looked both ways before crossing the road. Like as heartless as like some of it sounds, it basically boils down to like the sooner you just take responsibility for everything in your life, the better off you'll be.
Absolutely.
Because it keeps you out of that victim mentality. There's a lot of power in accepting the responsibility for everything.
Absolutely.
It can feel crushing and heavy, but once it's your responsibility, then you also can change it. Exactly. So it's a great one.
All right, I'm downloading it right when I leave here.
It's great. I love that book. It's not as... I would say it's a good one with Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits is a lot more like analytical, structured.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's a good like pairing with that because it's Extreme Ownership's not that way. It's more just like learning through like storytelling and like you hear somebody that's like led special operations units and like done some crazy stuff. Right.
Oh, I'm excited
apply
for
it
this
to
one.
like, just a normal person's life.
Yeah.
Like it's a good one.
Cool. Well, what else do you want from me? I think like I've kind of told you my story.
Yeah.
I could talk with you for like 100 hours. It seems like.
Yeah.
We need to get coffee soon.
Wait,
have you ever heard of Guillermo?
No, let's try it out.
Let's go meet it out. I hear it's pretty good.
Yeah. Are you ever there?
Oh, I'm there. On occasion.
Yeah.
7 days a week.
If you're not running. Yeah. I didn't realize y'all were open 7 days a week until you told me today.
And breakfast all day.
Yeah.
Homemade burritos. Lindsay Kendrick, she is our GM.
Y'all make them there?
She makes them off site, right?
Okay.
In like a ghost kitchen.
Okay.
But listen to this. You ready? Sweet potato, turkey chorizo, egg,
Yum.
cheese, bell pepper, hand rolled, all of them, and then pan fried in butter. You cut that in half. You get it with some fruit. It is so.
What time do y'all
good.
quit serving them?
Like
it's 11 o'clock now.
4:45 p.m.
Y'all have them all day?
All day. Yeah.
I might come get one this afternoon.
We're the secret brunch spot of Little Rock.
That sounds really good.
I'm telling you, it's good.
It does sound really good.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Come get one. I'll cut it for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm just pumped you came on because I think, like I said, a lot of what we knew each other. We graduated high school together.
Yep.
It's probably worth mentioning, like if I ever did any wrong to you in high school or middle school, I'm really, really sorry.
I don't think that ever happened.
I look back on that period of my life with some regret. Like
we were kids.
Yeah. I'm just like, man, I was so like insecure, I think, that I just like did my best to like mask it with like acting super cocky and arrogant. You know what I mean? I mean, and this is all introspective. Like no one else probably like cared about it that much, but yeah, man, I just look back and like the fact that I had any friends just kind of blows my mind. I think I just like was a jerk to a lot of people.
I always thought you were
just
great. You were good. You were a cool dude.
Well, thanks.
That was it.
Thanks.
Didn't think twice about it.
Well, good. I've just been over here like hating myself. No one else thought about it at all. Yeah. I mean, that's usually the case, right? It's like with putting out this podcast and stuff like that. I was just telling Aaron today, I was like, when we first started, I was so worried. I'm like, oh my gosh, like people are going to like hate the way I look or the way I talk. Like one of my ears sticks out further than the other. And
I hear you on that one. I think mine do too. Seriously. We've got similar ears, really.
I can't tell.
Anyway.
But see, like, I can't tell. And that's what, like,
and you think about it all day, right?
Yeah. I'm like, my teeth are crooked. My voice is terrible. One of my ears sticks out further than the other. Like, and then you realize like, oh yeah, no one cares.
You're human. Get over it.
Right. I've never watched somebody else's podcast and been like, oh, that dude's got
but this is cool.
Dude's got a bad hair day or whatever, like,
this is cool that you're doing this.
Well, thanks.
You're supporting local businesses, getting their name out there. This shows, that you're hustling too.
Yeah.
Doing this.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah. Thanks for coming.
Seriously.
I think we just kind of have a shared mission on, we both like the community you get into business and you're doing it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, at least for me, it's like you have even just like a little bit of success and you're like, man, I love this. I'm passionate about what I'm doing. I run into other people that are passionate about what they're doing. And like, I just want to like help them.
Exactly.
And like, if someone else out there can experience some of like the freedom or, you know, all of these things that entrepreneurship's provided for me, then like, I want to help them do that because it's been an incredible journey for me and my family. And it's hard.
It's hard, but it's worth it.
It's the most worth it thing I've ever done. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. And so if I can do something to help highlight local businesses, their owners, their journey, whatever, like that's what we want to do. And selfishly, I get to learn a lot of cool things along the way.
I can't wait to listen to some of your other ones now too. So I can learn.
You have to listen to your own, as difficult as it may be.
I'll listen to it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to listen to it actually.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to go and critique myself.
Right. You'll
Just like
think
you were
of,
saying.
I'll just go ahead and tell you, you'll think of a bunch of things you wanted to say that you didn't say when you get in the car and you'll text me.
Critique is what?
And then after the podcast is up, there's going to be, you're going to text me something about like, man, why didn't you tell me that I said blank 27 times? Like there's always
100%. That's one thing I say all the time. 100%.
100%. Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I do it too. Yeah. But that's typically what happens is people text me and be like, man, I forgot, like whatever.
Yep.
And then they watch it and I'm like, hey, do you like it? Like they're always happy they did it, but they're like, why didn't you tell me that I was saying this over and over again? It's like,
Que sera, sera.
I didn't notice.
I didn't notice.
Yeah. I thought you did great. And no one else is going to notice either. They're all going to think you did great because you did.
Yeah. Well, anyway, remember to bring me that sticker so we can put it up at the shop and highlight you.
I will.
Highlight your awesome podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
Yeah. And everybody go check out Guillermo's Coffee and any of their partners. He's out there partnering with a lot of local businesses and
the website. You can get on our website.
Yeah. What's the address at Guillermo's?
www.guillermoscoffee.com. You can buy all of our beans on there, the K-Pods as well.
Okay.
We ship nationwide. I'm about to do a test run for international shipping. So beans go into Australia and Croatia.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
Okay.
So that's one thing you can do. You can buy online. You can also do an in-store pickup online for beans. So like, let's say someone's watching this and it's like, I want to go check out Guillermo's and get their beans. Go to the website. There's a partner affiliate code. You can put in code HUSTLE. Right? So I know it comes from you.
Yeah.
And we'll work on something with that in the future, but your code can be HUSTLE.
Nice.
Right? So they just type that in, do an in-store pickup, no additional fees, anything like that. Or if you're out somewhere else, we'll ship it to you.
So that's just so they can order it and it's just ready to go when they pick it up.
That's right.
Nice. Do some people come pick it up like on the roasting day?
Oh yeah.
They want to get it like...
You can't do that because if it's roasted that day, you got to wait 72 hours.
To bag it up.
The beans have to degas, and if you grind them, they turn bitter. So you got to wait 3 days, 2 to 3 days.
I wouldn't have known that.
I know. But anyway, so there's one. That's the online address. The physical address, we're at 430 in Rodney Parham, West Little Rock, but it's 10700 North Rodney Parham Road. Okay. Suite A2.
Yeah. I feel like if you're local, you have to go in there and check it out because I'm going to go get one of these tacos.
Come on.
Soon.
Please, burrito.
Whenever I go to the counter, I'm going to try to use my online code HUSTLE.
HUSTLE. They'll be like, what are you talking about? What is James up to now?
Right. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Awesome, man.
All right,
well,
brother.
thank you so much. And thank you all for listening and watching. If you're on Spotify, go check us out on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, go check us out on Spotify. Go check out James at Guillermo's Coffee. And remember, hustle on purpose. Thanks for watching. If you liked that video as much as we liked making it, be sure to check out another one. You've got one here. You got another one over here. If you want to listen to the podcast audio only, go check out the Spotify link in the description. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It helps us out a ton. And please hit the bell if you want notifications anytime we drop a new video. Hope to see you on the next one.